Alrighty, boys. Welcome to the Ryze Bootcamp. In today's video, all I'm going to do is show you guys exactly how to get the indicator on your chart and how I personally configure the indicator so you can trade exactly like I do throughout the rest of this bootcamp. This is going to be a baseline just for everything going forward. Every setting I use in this video is what I've always used and what I will continue to use. So keep that in mind. Now, to start things off, we have to actually get the Ryze indicator on our chart. So we're going to go to beacons.ai.bonka or beacons.ai/bonka. Oh, I mistyped that. There we go. In my Beacons AI, I have the Ryze indicator right here linked. So, boom. Now, what we do here is you just log into your trading view. You go down, you hit the little spaceship button, and you press use on chart, and you can also press add to favorites. What you want to do is add it to favorites, of course. Now, coming onto the charts here. I'm just going to remove everything and make it default, just to show you guys exactly how it's going to look for you. So you want to go to favorites, it'll already be there in your favorites. Now, this is how it should look, but I'm going to reset it to default settings for you guys, just to show you. Reset settings. Give it a sec, it's going to load all in. Just as such. So, like, there's barely any zones here at all, and that's for a reason. I've got a lot of comments being like, oh, all the zones or only certain zones only appear on certain time frames. That's because we have a special setting for that, but I will get into that. So, of course, you see all these zones. What you want to do first off is go to your settings. You'll see all the zones here, all the settings, all the everything. It's a lot, I understand, but I'm going to guide you guys right through it. So to start off, we're going to go with the zones I actually use. To use a zone or to have it on your chart, you just click this button. That little box right there is just representative of the zone. So what you want to have clicked is New York. And what I do is I just double click these. It gives you a line and an outline for the box. It makes it look a lot, just better in general. So New York, London, Tokyo. I do not use Auckland. I use Dubai. I don't use Rio, and I use Reykjavik. Of course, you can experiment with these zones however much you want. I've seen people making plenty of money trading all of the zones. It's just my personal preference. It's what works best for me. I've even seen people here, you can add your own city. You can add your own Ryze zone as long as you have the coordinates. There have been people in my server trading the Miami zone. It apparently holds very well, but I just haven't tested it out yet. But just for reference, you can create your own custom zones, which is, I think, really cool. Shout out Casual for that. Now, we have another setting, show zone taps. This is more for Ryze SMT. It'll give you like a little triangle if it taps on NQ, and then like another triangle below it if it taps on ES. And then both triangles mean it's tapping on both ES and NQ and there's no Ryze SMT. It's just a way to kind of, demonstrate that there is a Ryze SMT if you don't have both the charts up on your layout. Now, Ryze Zone Master Switch. You always have to have this on, obviously. It's not going to chart the zones if it's not on, obviously. And, of course, chart zones for today's date. This setting right here will chart the zones however many days back you want based on the number. The problem is, as you can see here on this chart down here, it says cannot chart zones before January 19th, 2025. That is in accordance with your trading view plan. So, I pay like the cheapest trading view plan. You don't need anything more than that. But if you have a more advanced plan where you can go back even further back in time, technically you can chart more zones. Personally, there's really not that much benefit to it, but to each their own. Now, I've had so many people ask me, how many days back do you chart your zones? Simple question. 10. Always 10. No matter what, it's 10. And remember what I said earlier? Oh, some zones only chart on one time frame and not the other, and so on and so forth. You got to make sure this is clicked right here. Zones on all time frames beta. If you don't have that clicked, the zones will not accurately chart on all time frames. You need to have that on. Additionally, if you want to go back test, there's a replay mode. So actually, as I'm doing that, I forgot to unclick the Dallas zone. So yeah, get rid of that. But yeah, you can go replay mode. You can go back in time and it will chart out the zones in replay mode for you. I think it's really cool. And then swing look back, I usually keep that at 7. That's just, a SMT indicator because it also does show SMTs, as you can see right there. And now just to get rid of the table because it's super ugly and on mobile it just takes up like half your phone screen, you just turn off tables. And that's it. That's literally it. That's how I configure the Ryze indicator. I have them all time frames, just a little run through. I use New York, London, Tokyo, Dubai, Reykjavik, and that's it. 10 days charted back, Ryze on master switch on, zones on all time frames on. That's it. Now we're going to get into the rest of the boot camp. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for baking with Bonka.